Some breaking developments coming in. What's in focus at this point is unruly passengers on flights. This is about the Supreme Court hearing on the 2022 Air India urination case. The Supreme Court has sought creative ways to deal with the menace. Justice Vishwanathan has recalled the incident of two drunk passengers on his flight. In fact, the Supreme Court has called for tweaking the existing guidelines. Also, strategic seating among suggestions by the Supreme Court. The DGCA was instructed to examine these guidelines. Air India is under the lens over handling of the incident, and the 72-year-old petitioner had sought strict guidelines in 2023. The accused was granted bail after initial denial. The Supreme Court has described the act as disgusting and repellent. The Supreme Court has also deferred the hearing by 8 weeks. Crossing over to my colleague Harish to bring us more on this. Harish, tell us more about what went on in the top court. We're learning that the hearing has been deferred by 8 weeks.
Yes, in fact, Justice K.V. Vishwanathan of Supreme Court recalled an incident involving two drunk passengers on a flight he had taken along with another judge, Justice Suryakant. This was during the hearing of a petition moved by a 72-year-old woman who was urinated on by a man on board Air India flight in 2022. This petition sought strict guidelines to control unruly on-flight conduct by passengers, especially drunken behavior or intoxication-related ruckus. The judge, Justice Vishwanathan, said recently when me and Justice Suryakant were flying, there were two totally drunk male passengers. One locked himself in toilet and slept, while other went out with vomit bag. All women crew. So they did not open the toilet, so one of my co-passengers had to. This is what the judge said. And after narrating the incident, the bench called for creative ways to deal with unruly air passengers while asking the authorities to consider modifying the existing guidelines in accordance with international norms. The Supreme Court said something creative will have to be done, maybe strategic seating or something. And the hearing has been deferred by 8 weeks. Supreme Court has asked Additional Solicitor General Aishwarya Bhatti to instruct the concerned authorities to examine and suitably modify the guidelines on unruly passengers in line with international norms. So, Supreme Court had in this case last year sought suggestion from DGCA to the 72-year-old's plea for directions to frame regulations to deal with passenger misconduct on aircraft.